Hey guys, Kevin Shaw here, editor-in-chief of the Watercraft Journal. Right now, a lot of people are really upset with the quotes that they're getting from a lot of dealerships when it comes to add-ons and extra fees on top of the MSRP. And they're getting all upset. They're saying, well, the shipping cost has tripled, or the dealer preparation cost has quadrupled, or there's this other tacked on fee or this other thing that I don't know what that means. And where's all this stuff coming from? First and foremost, there is more demand than there is supply. Anyone who walks into a dealership right now and sees maybe 3 or 4 skis on the dealership floor or maybe out in the parking lot can attest to this. You can just say, hey man, you know, they don't have the supercharged ski I'm looking for, or they don't have the Fish Pro trophy I'm looking for, but they have a GTI, or they have a VX Cruiser or whatever. And unfortunately, a lot of people want the big ticket items, or they want something very specific, and the dealership simply doesn't have it. They just don't have it. It hasn't come in off the truck. The manufacturer isn't able to get it there to them. They're not able to produce the product fast enough. And so unfortunately, there's more people wanting a new jet ski than there are actual new jet skis. So when that happens, you get into a bidding war, because a guy comes in and says, well, I will only pay MSRP for the one jet ski you've got. And another guy's going to come in and say, I'll give you another $1,000 for that same jet ski. That dealership's going to go, we're going to go with the guy who's going to give us an extra $1,000. That's number one. Number two, there is something that occurs with major manufacturers that I had to be educated about. I had to do a little bit of homework. And that is when an original manufacturer or an OEM develops and produces a product for mass consumption, they have to come up with a set price, and that is the MSRP for this example. Whether you're Chevrolet, Ford, Sea-Doo, Yamaha, or Kawasaki, it doesn't matter. When you put out that MSRP for that model, you're locked into that MSRP. Very, very rarely, and with a lot of effort, can an OE change the MSRP halfway through the year or a few months into the year. And it becomes particularly sticky if people already start putting down payments on it. For example, in August and September and in October, the manufacturers started putting out their 2022 product line and announcing the MSRPs. Well, what happens when they put out the MSRP to the public is, first, the MSRP is shared with the dealership. The dealership says, okay, well, what's my cost? Obviously, they don't buy the ski for MSRP. They get typically somewhere around half, if not 3/4 of the cost. So the dealership has to buy the brand new ski, all right? And they're paying on that price. So let's say a dealership buys 20 new jet skis from Sea-Doo or Kawasaki, and they have to pay X amount of dollars. They're paying a lot to the manufacturer for those 20 units. And they have a very small window of gain to make some profit. Well, that profit doesn't go in the owner's pocket. That profit goes to the property taxes for the building, goes to pay their employees, goes to pay for electricity, pays for all the stuff that you guys can imagine that goes into owning a dealership. What happens between August, September, and March and April of this last year? Okay, the cost of shipping anything has doubled, if not tripled. The cost of fuel has quadrupled, depending on what state you're in. Then you have all the costs of shipping product to manufacture, because it is kind of a network of, okay, I've got product coming from Canada, I got product coming from Japan, I got product coming from Taiwan, and it all has to come together into the manufacturing plant at the same time to build a ski. Well, if, for example, Sea-Doo is waiting for parts to come in from overseas, and they've built everything, the ski's almost completely done, but they're waiting for a computer or they're waiting for a dashboard, they can't sell that jet ski. They can't sell it. They gotta wait, right? It only makes sense. And that's what's happening with the switches. That's what's happening with a lot of the 300 models. That's happening with a lot of naturally aspirated models. And that's what's delaying Yamaha. That's what's delayed Kawasaki. Everyone is stuck in this waiting game. They're all kind of circling the airport in a holding pattern, all right? And the worst part about that is as they're in a holding pattern, they're spending money, all right? So that cost of producing a watercraft keeps going up. Well, what are they gonna do, all right? The OEM is not going to eat the cost. And the dealership can't eat the cost. He's running at a pretty thin margin already. So what do? They got to get creative, and they pass that cost on to the customer. I know it sucks. I know it's going to make a lot of people unhappy, but that's what happens, guys. Now, they will eat a little bit. They'll eat a few $100 here, or they'll eat a little bit here, just so that it's not this sticker shock of when that invoice comes in for that new personal watercraft and the customer goes, holy crap, what just happened? What has happened between the time that the MSRP was announced and today when the skis are arriving is the cost of producing, manufacturing, shipping, and preparing a watercraft to be handed to a customer has gone up demonstrably. I mean, there's a big leap. So hopefully you guys can understand that. You're not gonna like it. I'm not saying you're gonna like it. No one likes this, but that's what's happening in the current economy. The money in your wallet is worth less than it was 2 years ago. The value of your dollar means less. The value of your dollar has decreased. The cost to produce a personal watercraft and to get it ready for delivery has increased. So now everyone's taking it in the shorts. No one's happy about this. So what do? There are dealerships out there who are willing to wheel and deal. Are you gonna be able to buy one at MSRP? No. Are there any summertime sales? No. Are there any springtime blowouts? No. Because the demand is still higher than the supply. There are dealerships, again, who are willing to take a little bit of, that cost eat that cost. So they're gonna say, hey, listen, we're gonna waive this preparation fee, or we're gonna waive this registration fee, or we're gonna waive XYZ. And that dealer might be a lot cooler. Are they going to completely blow the doors off of the dealer down the street? Probably not. Because again, they're trying to make a profit. So again, guys, this is the world we're living in. I wanted to share just a little bit of wisdom on this one. Hopefully that information helps you out. Again, it's not going to brighten your day, but it will hopefully illuminate the situation as to how these things are working out. I hope this helps, and thanks again for tuning in to the Watercraft Journal. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe bell so you don't miss any of the videos that we produce every day, Sunday through Friday.